Oh my goodness. Can I sum up the story of Interstellar? Well, I can tell you it is a huge action adventure, visually stunning film. And as much as it's a thrilling ride about space exploration, at its core, it's about the powerful bonds of love. And it's an intimate family drama about a father and his daughter. That could actually, in my opinion, the setting could be anywhere. It just happens to be in space. But the core of it is about a father and a daughter. I mean, I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but there's definitely, I mean, the really easy thing for me to say is that you follow, as an audience member, you just let things wash over you, right? You kind of follow an emotion. And like any piece of art, a painting or whatever, you don't have to like understand every aspect of why the technique of curving this line came to be. You take it in and you let it wash over you. That's what this film is meant to be. Yes, if you want to go deeper into space and understand the concepts of black holes and wormholes and time and gravity, Kip Thorne, our executive producer, and he's a leading theoretical physicist. He has a book coming out coinciding with the release of the film, so you can go into the science section. But it's both, for me, the film is meant for the heart. Yeah, I got to hang out with Kip, which is a little intimidating. Actually makes you feel very inadequate.
Really? Why?
He doesn't mean to because he's so funny and nice, but I felt, you know, of course I had to ask him questions about space and, you know, the things that my character would be struggling with. But he knows so much more than, you know, I could ever understand. His life work has been in this. I had to give myself permission to go, I will never understand this in a way that Kip understands this, unless I stop my life right now and just throw myself into his work. So I'm gonna have to act like I do, which is okay because I'm an actor. It's beautiful because it means there's hope on set. Yeah, on set, because when you're playing characters that have hope, I mean, you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't push forward if you didn't have hope, right? It drives you. There's hope that, I have hope that when this movie comes out, it inspires children to want to be astronauts. We are by nature explorers. I'm an explorer, you know, yes, not physically, but I'm an explorer of the human psyche, I guess, in a way, and of the human soul. And I think we're curious people. So that's an inspiring thing that you get from being on set with him. Well, I was nervous when I first, listen, I wanted to do the movie no matter what because I'm a fan of Christopher Nolan, but I've dipped my toe in the pool of big budget studio movies because sometimes I get nervous that, okay, will the acting and the character development fall by the wayside of huge explosions and loud bangs and noises. With Christopher Nolan, that was never the case, and especially with my character, that was never the case. I play a woman, and there's an incredible arc that she has. When, you know, we meet, when I first come on screen, she's angry and emotional and sad and completely stunted. She stopped maturing when she was 11 years old. When she suffered this incredible hurt, she hides herself behind science. And throughout the film, as my character obsesses with physics, she actually becomes more open to these ideas she had as a child. And she does this beautiful full circle. So for me, I was mostly concentrating on the emotional, on the human story, and not thinking so much about explosions. Also, we had practical sets. That was fun. He planted 500 acres of corn, and I loved driving through that recklessly. That was a pretty good day.
Did you get back?
I'll tell you what, after some of those dinner scenes where we're eating corn, I was like, I am never gonna eat corn again. This is disgusting. I wasn't surprised because, well, I know that I should leave myself open to surprises, because every time from Memento, I mean, that whole movie is like, what is happening? But yeah, I like that my character is kind of in a Steinbeck novel. I love The Grapes of Wrath. And I love that a major problem that they're facing. She's an astrophysicist that's dealing with the agricultural crisis on Earth. And we've had that before. We had that with the Dust Bowl. That was a man-made crisis. History sometimes does repeat itself if you don't learn from it. And I liked that Chris was and Jonathan, because I think it was Jonathan's idea to have them be dealing with blight, that they chose something that was very tangible, that actually didn't happen that far away, that long ago. And hopefully we can look at it and see if we're creating other man-made crises that I hope to avoid. Well, I think sometimes when you see an end-of-the-world movie, there's no hope involved, right? There's no like turning back. It's everything's blowing up and people are starving and there's no way out of it. It's just that's where the film starts. What's great about this one, and also scary, is at a point where they've gone so far. They are not yet in that position where it's all dark and there's just crime and everyone's fighting and there's this chaos in the world, but there's not very many years away from it. It's the moment before, and actually it's the fear of the unknown. I think that's what's scary about it. Isn't it always more fearful when it's not defined for you? Listen, I just tell you, I need to get an Airstream trailer, because he's doing it right. He had an Airstream on set, at base camp with his family. And so yeah, I come into work and they'd be there, sometimes they'd be outside and throwing the football and hanging out. So yeah, he's a good guy. I'm getting to know him more, of course, releasing the films that I did on set. And he's an incredible person and a great actor, of course, as we all know. What I hope is that they go into the movie allowing themselves to not, you don't have to understand everything. I don't understand everything. You know, maybe Kip Thorne is the only one that truly understands everything. A movie's not made to be completely understood. It's made to be felt. It's made to inspire an experience, an emotional experience from you. And if you leave yourself open to that, I think you're really going to enjoy it. I don't like actually defining putting labels on people or characters, or I mean, I know we talk about, and I talk about, like, this is what she's dealing with, this is what she's struggling with, but I like characters to have a little bit of mystery. I don't want to only do science fiction, and I don't, you know, I want to do a lot of different genres and a lot of different characters and intelligent women and like women that may not be so smart, but they're fun, like Celia Foote, but she's such a big heart and such a love. I, of course, want to play, I'd love to do some comedies. I'd love to do films that surprise people and the audience is never ahead of. That's my goal, I guess. I don't need to demand, you know, the highest of intellect in all my projects, but because sometimes movies are for entertainment's sake, and that's their purpose. And if you look at some great films from the 1930s, they were amazing for that reason. So I just want to be in films that inspire and surprise.